This is a Panasonic stereo, well, basically stereo signal generator. What it does is it takes the audio input either from internal generator or external signal, creates a 19 kHz pilot tone, and then that information is taken out of the generator here and fed into the modulation input of a signal generator. What that allows you to do is it allows you to calibrate the multiplex filter of a multiplex filter, the multiplex circuitry, stereo decoder of a tuner for alignment. It will generate the pilot tone at various levels, and you can also select left and right inputs only, which allows you to adjust the separation control on the tuner to get the best performance at the stereo decoder. I'm still getting a bit of grips with this thing now, but at the moment I'm fitting in a audio signal, and I'm fitting in an old Amiga sound file, med file that was used back in the 80s, basically so I can demonstrate the left and right performance of it without getting copyright, because they won't get copyright on this. The audio is being fed into the modulator, and basically you can see the modulation level here on the top scale, and that's being fed straight into the Marconi. It's generating a 97 megahertz frequency carrier wave, 75% deviation externally, external input, and that's being fed up to this little rubber duck here, and basically to this tuner here. I can demonstrate now roughly what it does. If I select, you've got internal tones as well. You can select, still struggling a bit how to get the hang of it, but that's 100 Hertz, 400 Hertz, 1 kilohertz, 6K, etc, etc. But you can also do it external left inputs. Now what I'm going to do is, if I do external left input and select left channel only, and then turn the amplifier to right, and then what you do is you adjust the stereo separation control on the or the separation control in the tuner, which is this pot here, for minimum crosstalk. So basically you want the, I don't know if you can hear background noise, I'll keep quiet so you can hear the background noise, and I'll adjust the pot and you'll hear the difference. It's getting louder. Okay, it's getting quieter. About there. So that gives me the best stereo separation. Then you can go right, and then now I'm on the right hand channel, so all it's doing is feeding in information on the right, so I'm listening to the left hand channel for the same effect, and I'm going to adjust the pot again just to make sure it's the same. It should stay roughly the same, so adjusting the pot to get the minimum crosstalk. There's a slight difference, but as you can hear there, there's no bleed through from the right hand channel. It's all going to the right hand channel. Then you can, left L and R means left minus R is the signals out of phase on both channels, and then we've got left equals right, that's in phase, and you've got mono signal, which I think is basically the same thing. I need to be absolutely sure of this. I'm not totally sure what the difference between left equals right and mono. And then, oh, I think left and that means basically no, I'm not sure. And then we got external signal, external left and right pilot tones on. Now we're generating a stereo signal. I don't know if you can hear this. This phone has got microphones, stereo microphones. So that's stereo. Mono. And what also this thing will do, it will actually generate RDS data with an external port on the back. You connect it to a PC and you can generate your own RDS data to check the radio data system is working properly. Also has automotive radio information, i.e. traffic information. Likewise, you need an external interface to use that. Not that bothered about with things like that. A few other things, pre-emphasis. I'm running actually 50 microsecond pre-emphasis at the moment, but normal UK is 75 microseconds. So this is a 75 microsecond pre-emphasis. The tuner needs a 75 microsecond de-emphasis to get a flat response from the audio. It has an option for an external memory card, and that probably won't use. That's for basically putting RDS, but I think from what I understand, pre-recorded sort of RDS messages in. You plug that in and you press a button and it will generate an RDS message on the receiver. I still need to get a few things clear of what things do. You can adjust the main and subcarrier levels. I'm not entirely sure what that does, but basically what I understand is the generator will, when you press the pilot tone, it will generate the standard 19 kHz pilot tone, which basically activates the multiplex circuitry in the tuner. That activates the accepts it for a stereo signal, and then the data is transmitted at 38 kHz, and it's sort of minus 15 kHz from 38 and plus 50 kHz, so plus 38 kHz. So then you've got the left and right information is transmitted at much higher frequencies and then is decoded through the decoder. And that's about it really. It's got some storage for presets that I haven't done yet. It also has a GPID general purpose interface bus, GPIB interface bus on the back, which allows you to control it remotely. But it also has a couple of other features on the back as well for controlling it totally from RDS data as well. So things like that aren't going to be used. All I'm interested really is a 19 kHz, good clean 19 kHz pilot tone, and I can set up stereo decoders correctly. Yeah, I thought it might have been interesting. This is an old Technics tuner I'm repairing for someone, which was very insensitive. It just looked like it needed a bit of alignment. A particularly special tuner, got a hardboard base there. You can see it's sort of one of the cheaper ranges, and it's got this. I love Technics. They do come up with some weird names of stuff that's already been invented. I mean, this is active servo lock. Well, most people call it automatic frequency control, but apparently they want to call it something different. Initially it was very insensitive, but after a bit of fiddling about, I thought one of the transistors in the front end might have failed, but what it was is actually the RF amplifier seemed to be miles out of adjustment, and it seems to be pretty good on sensitivity now. Yeah, thanks for watching, and it was of some interest, and you might see this being used a few more times with a bit of luck.